Morning. I'm here. Wake up. Wake up. Wake up. Wake up! Wake up!
What is dark matter?
Okay, we don't know.
That's great. That's why it's called dark.
It's exactly.
Where everyone knows all reputable information comes from random people on the internet. Tell me things, internet. The earth is flat. It's like school in your hand.
Okay, dark matter, that is something we do not know what it is. We believe the dark matter is there, but we have never detected it. Well, what I'm afraid of course, is that there is no dark matter out there.
There was one?
There is no dark matter out there. We need to think really hard. To think really hard. To think really hard.
You got that damn right, Stephen. And welcome here to the IRONWORX right here, freeworld.fm. Josh, Walt, Zack hanging out with you this fine morning. We are also broadcasting on our ironrealmmedia YouTube channel, recently demonetized. I want to throw that out there. Good morning, gentlemen. How in the hell are you?
Howdy.
Howdy, howdy.
I am awake.
Hello.
Hello, hello.
It's
Hi.
Travis. What's up, Trav?
What's up, brother?
Yeah, it's one of them mornings.
I was just about to tell Steven to be careful. He can get his ass kicked for saying something like that, man.
Yeah, I gotta find those bytes. Those drops are somewhere amidst all these hard drives.
And then what did you say at the end of that? That I completely got. What happened?
Yeah, I don't know. Couldn't even tell you what the hell I just said.
We were demonetized? Is that what you said?
Oh, yeah. Recently demonetized. We were demonetized last week. I think maybe the end of the week before. I'm not sure. I gave it a shout out. I know last week on one of the shows. Because if you want to support us, it's got to be done through PayPal or Patreon or something else. Otherwise, there's no super sticker, no super chats, none of that good stuff. It doesn't matter how many times you thumbs up or thumbs down our video. It doesn't matter how many times you watch our shows or do any of that shit. YouTube and all of their infinite wisdom has decided that we just are not worthy of any sort of financial recompense. So fuck them. Joke's on them, I just got a new computer.
Oh, what a world. What a world.
What a world.
Hey, buddy. Spot's here, though, he said. He ain't worried about all that dumb shit. Say, hey, buddy. You gonna step on the computer for him?
And I know I heard you back there in the background, Travis. How you doing this morning?
Hey, I'm doing pretty well. Wanted to jump on real quick because I think that I found something really significant, and I've never heard anybody talk about it. So if I'm wrong, then please forgive me. But I put a link in the YouTube chat and then in the Skype for a book written back in the 1st century by Pliny the Younger. And if you search the document, if the link I gave you doesn't take you to the page that I want you to go to, then just do the search and use the word dogma, and then you should get the paragraph right away. But he's describing two contrary ideas about the Earth's form, that being a globe and that being
Sorry, you're breaking up on me, Travis.
Well, yeah, didn't the Greeks claim the Earth was a ball right around then? I mean, yeah, there were people back then that believed it, but
first, no, but I think in writing.
Well, yeah, but that book isn't from the 1st century. like the actual
Yes.
book.
Yes, it is.
No, nothing lasts that long. The oldest book is like 700 years old. The Guggenheim Bible or something like that.
Okay. All right. So regardless, my point ultimately is, and I haven't finished it. I did a live stream, and I just kept getting caught up because the writing is so complicated in English. I think that it would be much easier if it was written in Latin or Greek. You know, the structure would be much easier to see the flow, but it's very confusing written in English. So I was really struggling with it last night on my stream. But you guys just check it out and, you know, come back with, I mean, your thoughts on it, because trust me, when you start reading what he's talking about, it's really crazy. I mean, he's talking about, I'll just tell you real quick. The first point he brings up is that the untrained multitude, which is you and me, come back at their idea that the earth is a globe by saying, well, if there are people standing antipodal to us, why are they not falling into the sky? Right? So he's bringing up that rebuttal from way back then. Right? That's the rebuttal. And you guys are so stupid because you don't understand. And then he seems to go into a discussion where he suggests that the ether is what keeps us on the ground. And then the guy, or not the guy, but then the editing company of the book that, you know, when this was published, in a footnote says, what Pliny's talking about right here is what we now understand to be gravity. It's really interesting stuff. Anyway, I hope that came through pretty good. But anyway, the link is there in the chat and in Skype as well.
Yeah, I got it. I'm looking at it. It is a bit verbose and convoluted in that sort of old English writing.
Are the S's, F's, and all that cool stuff?
It's not that bad.
Yeah, luckily it's not that distorted. But the first thing that offereth itself to be considered is her figure, in which by general consent we all agree. For surely we utter nothing more than commonly than the round ball of the earth, and confess that it is a globe enclosed within two poles. But yet the form is not that of a perfect globe, considering so great height of mountains and such extent of plains. Nevertheless, if the compass thereof might be taken by lines, the end of those lines might meet in a circuit, and prove the figure to be an accurate circle. Right? It's going to be a joy to read through.
Man, you did. That was awesome. You did great. I was butchering it last night. I was tripping all over my tongue. But you sailed through that. No problem. Check out what he says. He says it's like, yeah, we talk about the earth being a globe and the water cooler all the time.
And it definitely talks about a hollow earth there too, and the hollow convexity. Delineath upon itself, and on every side resteth upon the center thereof, which is that of the earth. But this being solid and compact ariseth as if it were swelled, and it is stretched without. The heaven inclineth toward the center, but the earth goeth from the center, whilst the world with continual volubility, and turning about it, driveth the huge globe thereof into the form of a round ball. Yeah, that's not easy on a cold read. Got to go through that a few times. But that is interesting as hell, Trev. Ooh, it's got footnotes. The Egyptian cosmogony, as delivered by Eudorus Silius, describes the earth as pulled within itself and turned continually. Huh. Well, if that doesn't sound like a torus field, I don't know what does. Rolled within itself and turned continuously, although the subsequent idea was founded on its looking merely an extended surface.
Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
Dude, you cannot even write this shit. Footnote number 1. What we now know to arise from the power of gravity, Pliny ascribes to the anima mundi, or vivifying effect of the soul of the world. With him, an answer to all difficulties.
So it's somewhere between dark matter
So like
and gravity.
Right.
Isn't that funny, man? I'm so glad.
Man.
I'm so glad you read that, and I'm so glad you laughed because I had the same reaction. I was like, you can't write this. This is absolute
Can't make it up, dude.
propaganda,
This
in
is
my
fucking
opinion.
beautiful. Oh my God, this is great, Travis. Thank you.
That is hilarious. I'm gonna need to dig into that one a little bit. That's pretty good.
Oh yeah, I'll be flipping through this for a while. I can see it already. How many pages? Oh yeah.
Hey, so just real quick, I want to shout out the channel. I can't give you the information on it right now, but her name is Emma. She's a Brit, and she's got this great channel. I only watched the one video, but I don't think she's a Christian because a lot of her videos seem to antagonism toward religion and Christianity. But her demeanor and her attitude is great, and she does a great job coming after people who say that the Bible is a flat Earth book. So it just came up in my feed randomly last night, which is kind of weird. So I started watching it. I'm like, holy crap! Like she's actually saying a lot of the same stuff that I say. It was really weird. But she's the one that had this citation from Pliny. So I wouldn't have found this citation if I hadn't watched her video. So shout out to Emma.
Shout out, Emma.
Yeah, no doubt.
I figure out how to put a shirt on with headphones on is embarrassingly difficult at 4 a.m.
And I have spot all over my keyboard, so stop, buddy. Come on. He says hey to you too, Liz. Look, say hey to Liz. Hey, Liz. Yeah, he just wants to step on my keyboard.
This is wild. I just came across this one in Fortune. Jeff Bezos and Elon Musk say the human population is not nearly big enough.
Whoa, what?
If we had 1 trillion humans, we would have at any given time 1,000 Mozarts.
Yes.
That's
Wow.
right. You throw enough monkeys in a room with a, what is it?
Typewriters. They'll write the next great American novel eventually.
But this is just weird coming from, billionaires. How many billionaires have ever said that the world doesn't have nearly enough people? I mean, I've been told my whole life that there's too many people. Oh, I don't get it, man. Are they, there's some fighting going on up there? In their ranks or something? I mean, I always thought Elon was more of a puppet. Maybe this is just part of the show. But there's definitely some very wealthy people that have been saying for a very long time that, there's too many people on Earth. Bill Gates being one of them came out and just flat out said it. We need to get one of these numbers down to 0. He wanted to do it with humans. And then here's Elon and Jeff Bezos saying that we need more people. Wow. I'm not going to get too far into it. Oh, they envision people living in giant space stations and blah, 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 blah. You think there's a possibility that Elon and Jeff are just not really in the club? They're just useful idiots?
Yes, I think it's very much like Donald Trump. Go to the Northeast, and it's like the difference between a family that moved to, say, Pennsylvania or New Hampshire versus someone whose family came here on the Mayflower, right? Old money versus new money.
Yeah.
I think the new money will never really be in the club. I think having that much money buys you access and grants you the right to sort of play the part and look the part, but you never actually get that access inside. But is my guess. I don't fucking know.
Gotta have that chin, baby.
Have anal in a coffin. Never had to do that. Well, I bet they don't feel too bad about that. Sorry about that. Yeah, that was a little dark. Little insight into these people's world. Fucked up shit they do.
Speaking of fucked up, covert, secret organizations and whatnot, I watched a video. I'll have to go find my history to find out who it was and give them a correct shout out. But they went to the, oh, damn, buddy, come on. Got it in there? Sorry, I'm having cat fun. Anyway, they went to the Bohemian Grove.
Recently?
Late at night. Yeah, recently.
I think I saw this.
Hopped into, you saw it?
Well,
yeah, hopped into like a little kiddie kayak, and they had like a freaking frying pan they used as a paddle across the lake. Is that the video you saw?
I did not actually watch the video. I just saw that the video existed, that there was a new video of somebody infiltrating
That would
Bohemian
be Dancer
Grove. Channel,
Dancer. I'll drop the link for you guys here in a minute. It was very interesting in that it kind of made me start wondering about like what you just asked about these guys, Zack, and how in the club they are. And like, okay, so we got exposure to this by, I don't know, the biggest operative there is, it seems, these days, Mr. Jones. Come on, Spot, you got to hang on a second. He just won't stop stepping on everything. Come on, buddy. Come.
Just won't stop.
Okay. So he's there. He's at the Bohemian Grove. He's, sneaking around, and he finds the lake, and there's the owl statue. And he goes up to it, and there's like this weird little, little, I don't know, like almost a serving tray or a offering urn or some shit. He's freaking on that, and he does something, and he hits the side of the statue. I don't remember if he knocked it on purpose or hit it by mistake, but he hit it, and it was fucking hollow. And he went around behind it, and there was it was a wooden structure covered with plaster of Paris. It was a fucking Disney park fucking prop. I mean, it's not even a statue. It's that level of bullshit. So here's these guys serving this demon owl, but they don't even have the real statue. They've got this fake heart crap. You know what I'm saying? It just felt real like show. Like this is for show to keep the people satisfied that there's these evil fuckers in control, lay back and relax. But these guys were just a bunch of fucking idiots. It looked like the setup they had left, and it was all like crusty and fucked up. And are they even doing that there anymore? And yeah, I think that was just a show they created for old Alex. And I don't know, it just felt really super fucking Disney World. That's what it felt like. Here, I'll drop the link.
I thought they burned that bitch at the end anyway. I thought they had to build it up every time. That was, you take it and you're burning your cares away. It's the cremation of care ceremony. I thought that was the point, is you take it and you burn the Owl of Minerva as a sacrifice, and all your cares and all of your wrongdoings that you're karmically now responsible for get done away with in that cremation of care.
I thought the cremation
I didn't know you'd been. Shit.
I thought it was them burning another, a sacrifice, a human. I thought that was the cremation of care. But I don't know. Never been there. Only heard what Alex Jones told me.
Did he say that he sat there and watched them sacrifice a human during the cremation of care ceremony? I didn't think.
No, he said that's what they do there. That it's
Didn't
not
he
a real. You know, it's like a play, but they have some human screaming in agony after they throw the body into the thing and blah, blah, blah. And then a bunch of people go and shit in it, and then all the initiates go in there and wrestle around in it. Something like that. That's what happened. I don't want to go. Doesn't sound like a fun time.
I don't want to go.
Just saying. Wait, you want me to what? All right, I'm out.
I just thought they shot off fireworks, did all that shit. I didn't think they set it on fire, so I'm trying to play catch up here too.
Maybe I was confused by a bonfire or something.
Why do they shoot fireworks off? I know that's part of it at the end. I remember seeing that part.
Like SeaWorld.
Like SeaWorld, just like fucking a joke, yeah. Da, 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 da. Yeah, it doesn't mention anywhere in here yet that I've seen about it being a fake statue, nor that it gets burnt. This is the Wikipedia page, so it's legit, I know. Come on, Spot. Really, dude? What is your deal this morning?
I guess I'd be curious more about the ceremonial rituals in regards to the cremation to care. You mean Wikipedia didn't even mention anything about the human sacrifice? What?
Come on, Wikipedia. So I guess a solar flare hit Earth Thursday. And then they're saying it was likely one of the largest ever recorded. Okay. Recorded means that you measured it and wrote it down.
Right.
And you have a record of it. This one was recorded and other ones were recorded and they have a number there. There should be no likely. You know, when you record something and write it down, you can compare that to ones previously. And if that number is smaller, then it wasn't the biggest one ever. If that number is bigger than all the other ones, then it was. I don't understand why they have to bring in this likely, one of the largest ever recorded. I could understand one of the largest ever to hit the Earth, because you don't know all the ones that hit the Earth and weren't all recorded. But if something's been recorded, you shouldn't. I mean,
and I think that's probably what they're doing, is they're stuck on the math. All of the ones that didn't hit Earth. Once you have to divide by zero, Zach, and once you have to factor in all the stuff that didn't happen, you're there forever.
Pesky zero. James Webb Telescope discovers the oldest black hole in the universe. Raw. Now, is it the oldest black hole ever recorded? But black holes have never been recorded, have they?
And is it just because it's so far away that it makes it the oldest?
Yeah. An ancient monster with a mass of 1.6 million suns, lurking 13 billion years in the universe's past. Raw.
Well, then we don't have to worry about it for another 13 million years.
Yeah, we're good. Oh, it's just 440 million years after the universe began. It's an old black hole. How would they have any clue when this thing formed? I mean, really?
Well, they just have to take a look at how much information has been drawn into it. Light and, you know, all that stuff. You just gotta weigh it out, don't you know? Quantize it somehow. And whichever one has the most is likely the oldest. My arms aren't long enough. I need to move my touch screen.
We got about 5 minutes. Do you guys remember what we're going to do for the...
Oh, wow. I do not at all.
So we were going to pick songs, but we weren't going to tell them
what the theme was.
Theme is.
But that really only helps if we know the theme also.
If we know the theme was right, it's usually going to work better.
Through the list of all the different people that were. How about I just write it in IRONWORX chat? No, because then people could still.
You could send it to the text group.
Yeah, I'll message it. Not that I don't trust y'all, but a few people in the IRONWORX chat. Just saying. Yeah, this one kind of, when I found out how many people were in this group.
It's Monday. You know, I smoked the last cigarette I smoked was last Wednesday night.
Damn, look at you go.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I forgot that, Zack. And I remember I had mine ready.
I mean,
I don't have it ready, but I do have a song.
Oh, yeah. And I just saw a post, too.
But I don't know if I can get it to you because it's on YouTube. Fuck, I don't know how to get it to you.
Well, we can say it out loud. It's not like we're going to give the theme away by name.
No, it's not to giving it to you. It's the version I was going to play of this particular song is, as far as I know, only available on YouTube. So skip me for now. Let me see if I can find it somewhere else.
Or you can send it directly on Skype. With the laptop, I can open Skype in a whole separate computer.
Oh, so you can now.
Access the chat that way. Yep.
I got my song. Well, it depends on what you pick, because I can't pick one that from the same person you pick. How's everybody doing out there on YouTube? I haven't even gone into either of the chat yet. I've been just looking at the news.
And I guess it's going to depend on which one you guys pick in regards to which one I choose.
The one I sent started about 20 seconds in, Josh. I should have started it in. I didn't know they had it intro. It started about 20 seconds in.
Gotcha. No commercials. So that's good.
As a prelude, this is Mr. Hendrix, Jimi Hendrix, and he was quite the aficionado of Bob Dylan, you know. And he took like freaking Watchtower to a whole different fucking universe, not just another level, but to a whole different universe. If you've heard the original Dylan version and then listen to Hendrix's Watchtower, you should know it's quite different. Well, that's the same thing here. This was at Monterey Pop, and apropos of nothing, apparently he just dropped this album not long before, and he took the song and made it his own. This is like my favorite version of this song ever, period.
I do believe this will actually come through. God, it's so nice having two computers again. And one that's not a laptop. Well, main one that's not a laptop. This has been thoroughly enjoyable so far. I did not sleep for shit on Saturday. I had toothache, woke me up at like 12:30 at night. I went to bed probably at like 9:30, so had no sleep. Stupid pain woke me up. I just spent all day sort of miserable. From tooth pain to mouth pain to face pain to head pain, and it just sort of got worse. Got some decent sleep last night though, so woke up bright-eyed and bushy-tailed and ready to start the day. So yeah, we're going to take a little musical break here. And so the plan is all three songs are to be connected in some way, shape, or form. And it is you all's job to work out exactly how it is that they're connected. Now, the best bet's just to wait till you hear all the songs and comment on the video at the end. Let us know what you think that connection is, how all of the songs are related. So why don't you ponder on that while we take a little musical interlude. Guess I'm not going to go smoke a cigarette, but I will go top off my coffee, my half calf coffee. And you guys join us on the other side. We'll be right back. This is the IRONWORX on freeworld.fm.
Yeah, I tell you, brother, it's really out of sight here. Didn't even rain. No buttons to push. Right now, I'd like to dedicate this song to everybody here with hearts, any kind of hearts and ears. Go something like this here. For about 6 or 7 minutes to do a little thing. Yeah. Excuse me for a minute. This is gonna play my guitar, right? Right now, I'm gonna do a thing by Bob Dylan. That's his grandma over there. That's a little thing called Like a Rolling Stone. Dressed so fine, the bumps of diamond in your pride. Oh, didn't you? People call, say the word dog. You're bound to fall, you got the all. Well, can you? You used to laugh about it. Everybody that was hanging out. Look at you, now you don't talk so loud. Now you don't, baby, seem so proud. My hand is grounded. Yeah, your name is big. Yeah, I don't see me. How to live on the streets, but now you just wanna have to get used to it. You say you never compromise. The mystery tramp, but now you got to realize.
Oh my. That was good. I had a hard time not hearing it. Or actually hearing it in Jimmy's voice. Even with the words, it's all just bob in my head.
I knew it would be, because that's one of his big hits. But yeah, fucking, yeah. And I found that, man, I don't know. There was a movie that came out in the, I'm guessing, 80s. And it was just this awesome documentary movie. And they talked to, like, I mean, everybody. Jimmy's dad, any women that were in his life, band members. And they showed that, which at that time, you know, this was pre-internet, pre-whatever. I didn't even know that song existed. I was barely aware that Watchtower was Dylan's song, but I don't think at that time I'd ever been heard the original version. And then, yeah, took it and just let me play my guitar for a few minutes. I love that shit. He don't even care if the audience is there or not. He just wants to play that song.
It was, though, I heard.
I didn't hear you.
I was saying that's how Jimmy was. What'd you say that song had been out a week and he's already covering it?
Yeah, the album had just dropped recently. Yeah, when that hit, and he already covered it. Yeah, he didn't give a shit. He was a honey badger.
He loved playing music, dude. I mean, that guy sat around for I forget how many years, but people said to like 10 to 14 hours a day. Him and his rhythm section would sit around getting fucked up and recording songs, and they did over something ridiculous. I know they supposedly had the record for the most recorded songs, not like written or produced, but just recorded songs. Because they just sat around and played everybody's songs their way. That's just a love of music right there. I don't know how true that was. I wasn't there sitting with them. But yeah, people in his younger life said, you know, he walked around with this little box on his hip, hooked up to his guitar that was strung upside down because he couldn't afford a left-handed guitar. And when everybody else was playing basketball or baseball or whatever, football, Jimmy would be sitting there watching him playing his guitar. What you got, Walter?
Sorry, I had to go after Spot again. He grabbed something. I don't know. I lost it. Trying to deal with this child. I'm getting him down, though. He's become quite the distraction this morning.
He loves you, Dad.
Something about the song. Oh, he even skipped a verse so he could play more guitar in it. And then told the guy, like, yeah, I know I skipped a verse. Just chill or whatever, you know. It's okay. Don't worry about it.
That's hilarious. I know I skipped a verse. Good stuff, man. That was a good one, Walter.
So that's number one. Jimi Hendrix covering a Dylan song with Like a Rolling Stone. The next song at the top of the hour will be the next part of the clue to find out the theme for our musical choices today.
That was one of those songs that took me a while to learn all the words. How does it, or Like a Rolling Stone? The Bob Dylan version?
Yep.
I think it's just because it's such a long one. And the core and the they're pretty lengthy. The not the chorus, but whatever, the verses. But yeah, and how he princess on the steeple with all the pretty people laughing, drinking, thinking that they've got it made. He just throws some words in there sometimes. It's tricky. Man, he jammed that one too.
Yeah, he did. He played some crazy fucking riffs on that shit.
Oh, yeah.
My goodness. I'm sorry, I'm choking.
Yeah, he's one of those guys I would have loved to have seen play live.
Yeah, no doubt. No doubt.
Just
And
different.
I was older before I really got into Jimmy. Like, you know, I had been exposed to other guitar players I really liked at the point, and everybody was on and on about it. And I was just like, yeah, I mean, Purple Haze is cool, but what else is there? I don't get it. Show me something.
Yeah, it didn't sound...
Watchtower's badass, but I mean, it just wasn't my thing until I finally heard Castles Made of Sand, and I went, oh, this motherfucker's a genius. Oh, I get it now. Sorry.
Well, I've heard people say that when they hear a first Jimmy song, and it's like he would play and make it sound effortlessly, if that makes any sense. And people think, oh, I could do that. And then you go and try to do it, and even people that are super proficient, you know, masters of a guitar, Stevie Ray Vaughan, make it sound real close, but nobody made it sound like Jimmy.
That dude, super freak. Stevie, good Lord. Playing with 13s on his guitar. Who does that? You just can go grab some barbed wire and string it up. Good Lord, that's thick.
He had to have rock fingertips.
Dude, the fingers on that dude's hand, yeah.
Slapped you with that hand?
Another one who lived with a guitar in his arm, just like Jimmy and Swisscar.
Scuppies me.
I love how he's always got that fucking Explorer around his neck. In the hot tub, he's still got it.
Well, if you're the greatest guitarist on earth, type of dedication it takes. So what else has been going on in the old earth?
Wait, what is Daz doing? Walt? Oh, you're gonna paint this one, Daz? Thank you, dude. I love that one. It's very oh man, there's so much going on there that I love in paintings. Like, I know you painted it for a certain thing, but so when I first saw the image before I made it larger, I thought it was a face. I could see like eyes and a nose and like a mouth area, like a big gnarly face. And then when I made it larger, I realized, oh, it's not a face. What is this? And then I got sucked into all the hidden shit. And then I made it really big on another page and saw even more. I love that kind of shit in painting. It's one of my favorite things about what you do is all the little shit that's going on. Yeah, that's awesome. I really like that one. If you're on the chat, Free World FM, you'll know what I'm talking about. If you're not, you're missing out. I see a lot more people there today. Thank you guys for coming and hang out over there with us. I see Daz and Nemo and Liz and Fortunate User. I don't know, you can change your name. And Nice Soul, which is awesome. You can keep that one, I would. And One Man. There's Josh and there's Zack. Josh has a rocket. That's not fair. Everybody's green except you. Why is that, Zack? You're red.
I'm an oddball.
Why are you so red,
You
Zack?
definitely are.
An oddball. So apparently someone last night, it says car slams into parked SUV that was part of Joe Biden's security detail in Delaware.
Okay, I saw a story, but I didn't read it. What the hell?
It doesn't really say anything about it. It says that happened. It goes in to say that and saw Biden standing outside his vehicle with a surprised expression on his face.
That's
now, you
just
can
his
say
expression.
that pretty much anytime the guy's alive, he's got that surprised, where am I type of look. But that's about it. It doesn't really go into the driver, who the driver was, if they had weapons or anything.
Oh, so what old Sniffy Joe driving around and
No.
After you get to a certain age, you really shouldn't be behind the wheel. And I thought, well, he said, fuck it, I'm going to get some creamer. I don't know what he was after. Some
presidents aren't allowed
for the sniffing. Who knows? But yeah.
Again, once you become president, you're never allowed a driver's license again. Isn't that it? I know you can't drive while you're president. That's a big no-no. That's
right. And you can't buy a gun, and you can't. What is it all like?
President. President. Five. I had heard somewhere that they can. Sounds.
I'm hearing a terrible echo.
Yeah, I think that was Travis. I just hit mute for you, Trav. Get a little bit more of that slap back.
Dude, if I can incorporate that into my guitar signal, that'd be awesome.
I apologize. I never know when to unmute because I was waiting for a spot to jump in, and I can't remember what I was going to say, so forget about it.
No worries.
You fit right in here.
Know exactly how that is.
Right. That's what I'm saying. You are fitting right in, Travis. Oh, man. Laura and I think just worked out our first peek behind the lies of the television. At about age 3 and 4, we both realized that they never said our fucking name.
Former presidents can't drive on a public or go anywhere alone. A former president cannot go anywhere alone.
Hey, did Walt just get cut off?
No, I'm here.
No.
I mute up after everything.
Okay, well, finish what you were doing then, because I thought you weren't finished, and I was hanging on every word.
No, that was it. We both realized that Romper Room was fake because they never said our name. That was like, well, why don't they see me through that magic mirror if that's really happening? The lies of television. So that bathroom attendant for the president, that must be a hellacious gig.
Oh, man. Biden walks up, I pooped my pants. Like, come on, sir. I did it last time. Nope, you got soft hands. I pooped my pants. Sorry, that was pretty bad. MIT's trillion frames per second.
Wait, hold on, man. That was absolutely so funny, man. I'm cracking up driving around. That is so funny.
So a trillion frames per second camera. I find that hard.
Yeah, I do too.
It's a new camera developed at MIT, and it can photograph a trillion frames per second, it says.
Yeah.
But is it? Yeah, but as a video, though, that would only make sense as a video per se. But, like, can you imagine how long that would take? How long would it take to go through that? Somebody do the math on that. Like, a trillion? That's crazy. That just sounds so unbelievable.
1 trillion seconds, 31,000 years.
They've allegedly filmed light.
Right.
Light photons traveling 6 million miles per hour through water. And it recorded it.
But didn't somebody already do that in a tank with some kind of shit back a few years early in Flat Earth? I remember.
Well, I know they
Maybe
slowed
covered it.
the speed of light down, sending it through certain types of lenses and, messing with the atmosphere. I think it's 19 meters a second is the slowest they can make light. With all the different, how light goes slower once it passes through this or that or yada, yada, yada. I'm pretty sure that was the slowest, but I've never heard of someone like this capturing light just moving freely through the air. Yeah, it's pretty wild. I don't know if I buy it. I mean, a trillion. That's a lot. I mean, 30,000 frames a second is ridiculous. Those super high-speed cameras.
But yeah, I mean, like, do what you were saying before, right? What was the what did you say the seconds were? Something trillion seconds is how many years or whatever?
Yeah, 1 trillion seconds is 30 years.
Okay, right. So then do the math on how that breaks down to this equation with 1,000 frames per or a trillion frames per second. Like, I don't think that that's even mathematically feasible. That's just crazy.
Yeah, it says it's measuring in nanoseconds. Not milliseconds or microseconds, but nanoseconds. Yeah.
I mean, do you guys think that that's real? Like,
No.
I think it's almost like when you look out, if you guys have ever done this besides with your naked eye, if you've ever looked out at the horizon with a high-powered lens, it just disappears like a mist. It just goes.
Oh yeah, 100%,
like,
sir.
You can't measure that shit. And so in this mathematical world, you can never take a step forward, because if you half that half, and 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 half that half, like, that's not real. And that's exactly what we're talking about. They could have said 100 trillion frames per second. People would have been like, wow, that's really great technology.
Amazing.
Like, it's not real.
The moons around Uranus may suddenly develop atmospheres in the spring. I want to go get that looked at then.
You might. Damn it.
Did I beat you to it?
Yeah, you did. I didn't know you were setting yourself up for that one.
Oh, man. I was barrel laughing, man. That was hilarious. Man, you guys are jacking up my Monday morning. Thanks so much.
Yeah, good stuff. Alexander the Great's tomb is located in Greece. Sorbonne historian claims. Yeah, that's one of those weird ones. They never found Alexander the Great's tomb, supposedly. What about him? Was he a real person, you think? Wasn't he supposed with a bunch of his treasures and riches at his lunar temple or something like that? I mean, most of his stuff went to the Library of Alexandria. Well, according to the movie Tomb Raider, at least. He had another temple where he took all his most prized possessions, but he never allowed anybody to put it on a map or anything like that because he didn't want people to know where it was. Now, that could be movie story right there. Intercepted the tomb and placed in Alexandria.
Oh, shit, that's just north of me. I'm gonna go check that out.
Okay, archaeologists have searched, but not yet found the tomb of Alexander, and the direction begins to shift back to Virginia.
Good old Virginia.
So some people are saying we found it, and some guys saying, yes, we already found it a while ago. I mean, does it really matter? He's been dead for a very long time. I know archaeologists, they want to be the first to do this and the first to do that, and I get it. But see, then you got, all these scientists and all these explorers went down to Antarctica in like the 30s. This was government-funded Antarctica, stuff. Not Joe Schmo billionaire saying, I'm going to go explore. No, this is government-funded. And if you know about anything the government does, they've got people that take notes. and gather data and do research and blah, 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 blah. So they went down there and nobody, not one scientist, they've been down there almost 100 years. And in 2015, the midnight sun had still never been recorded from Antarctica. That was huge when I had realized that they didn't even fake it back then. Nobody even tried to fake it. There wasn't one. That was a huge tell for me. It's like, wait a minute. People go places, they stick a flag in the ground and say, this is so-and-so, blah, blah, blah. And then they look around and they gather data. Now you got the sun in the sky 24 hours a day and nobody is going to document that? Yeah, shenanigans.
Shenanigans indeed. Well, it's almost top of the hour. Who's got the next song ready?
I got it ready.
In our theme for the day.
I saw it, Zach. I got you. It is ready.
Nice.
I'm just trying to figure out what to do for the third. And then I'm looking, I'm like, fuck, I'm going to have a fourth. Like, we're going to have to go out on a song, given the nature of today's musical organization.
Theme.
Right.
Right.
So, I mean, there's just got to be that fourth one to end on. Which means I can't do it for the third. So I had to find something for the third. And I think I did.
Yes, Liz, there is a theme today for these songs that we're playing, and well, fun for you to figure out.
We're going to have 4 songs.
First one.
I'm sorry,
we're going to have 4 songs.
We have to.
No, you're fine. Do it.
If I play the third, it's going to make everybody think that the theme is not what the theme really is, and it's going to be very misleading.
I'm already
and confusing.
thinking I fucked them over by playing the song I did with the theme.
Well, this one's not going to help. Third one's not going to help, so you'll have to make sure to tune in and listen to the fourth one before you decide, and post in the comments on the video after it goes up on YouTube. I don't know what the fucking point of this is, because it's going to get pulled down real quick anyway.
Right.
What the theme is. We will see. But it is that time, so let's take a little break. We're at the halfway point here on the IRONWORX on freeworld.fm. Hang out, do what you do. Just make sure you join us back on the other side of this quick little snazzy little tune. Make sure I've got it all pulled up and ready to go. We'll be right back right after this. This is the IRONWORX. Oh, I'm on the wrong damn. No. Okay, now this is weird. Why am I not hearing anything? Let's try this again. Yeah, I knew it would work eventually.
Let's get ourselves together a minute, man. Yeah, I heard that, man. How are you all? How are you out there? Are you okay? You're not, yeah, you're staying stoned and you got enough water and you got a place to sleep and everything? What does that mean? Because we ought to, all of us, I don't mean to be preachy, but we ought to remember, and that means promoters too, that music's for grooving, man, and music's not for putting yourself through bad changes. You don't have to go take anybody's shit, man, just to like music. You know what I mean? You don't. So if you're getting more shit than you deserve, you know what to do about it, man. It's just music. Music's supposed to be different than that.
Hey, come on,
I ever had to give. Oh, you know I did. But each time I tell myself that I think I've had enough of it. I'm gonna show you, baby, that a woman can be tough. Well, you think, come on, come on, come on, come on, and take it. Take another little piece of my heart now, baby. Take another little piece of my heart. Darling, yeah. Have another little piece of my heart. Daddy. You know you got it. If it makes you feel good, yes indeed. Oh, you're out on the streets. You're looking good. On the deep down inside, I know you know it ain't never been right. Never hear me cry now. Oh, each time I tell myself that I'm getting it pain when you hold me in your arms, I sing it all the way. Say, come on, yeah, come on, and take it. Take another little piece of my heart now, baby. Take another little piece of my heart, darling, yeah. Wow, another little piece of my heart, baby. You know you got it. If it makes you feel good, I want you to feel good now, Hey, come on, and take it. Take another little piece of my heart now, baby. Take another little piece of my heart, darling, yeah. Have another little piece of my heart, baby. You know you got it. All right, another little piece of my heart, now, daddy. Break it. I want you to want it. Take it out of the inside of me. Have another little piece of my heart, baby. You know you got it. If it makes you, I want you to feel good now, right now.
Welcome back. A little different version I just thought I'd play.
Yeah, not bad.
No, I don't like the faster tempo. I like the slower version.
Yeah.
A little more soulful, a little more deep down into it. A little more settled in, feels like.
Yeah, they started to slow it down a little bit, but then they just, didn't it make you feel? But she had to stay up with the tempo. They were playing faster. They might have been on some uppers at that moment.
And you gotta maybe a real tight set. You gotta squeeze what you can in that 15 minutes or whatever it is.
I believe the group there she was playing with was the band. I know that was one of her traveling groups that went around with her and Jimmy and played with a few different people on different occasions. But the band, that was played with Bob Dylan for a while. And they were kind of like a backup band, and then they started their own thing. And when they asked, what's the name of they asked Bob Dylan, what's the name of your band? He's like, I don't know, they're just the band. And the reporter went up to the guy in the group. He's like, so what's your band's name? He's like, I guess we're just the band. Supposedly, the story goes. That's how they got their name, the band. And you probably heard one of their songs, Up on Cripple Creek.
Yeah, that's a pretty popular one. The Weight, I think, is usually the most common most recognizable one, I think, from the band. I think is the one most people would recognize. I don't know.
Jam.
I like them. I thoroughly enjoy a lot of what they do. Not everything, but a lot
I
of.
don't any group that I enjoyed everything they did. I can't think of one. There's always at least one song or one. I mean, even Pearl Jam that was like my, I grew up with. Is like my favorite band once I hit 11 years old. And there's still some songs I hear, and it's like, what the fuck are you thinking about? Stupid Mop. Hey, Foxy Mop Handle Mama, that's me. Like, what? It's not even a song. It's just them blathering out nonsense to some weird sound in the background. I guess it could be considered a song, but it's a horrid song. Yeah, just some weird stuff. They all do it. What about you, Walter? Can you think of a band that you loved, or at least liked everything they did? You can't think of anything that kind of rubbed you the wrong way that you heard from them? He maybe.
No, unfortunately, just about every band I've liked have put out either a shit album or like even like I know y'all tired of hearing about it, but I love Alter Bridge. In case you didn't know, even they put out this album called Another Hero or some shit like that. I don't even know the name of the album. I never bought it. The song came out right before election time, and it had this feel like they were singing about that almost. And I'm like, what the fuck? Because they were always so spiritual and open and like huge spiritual, deep meaning shit. And that album came out, and I was just like, oh my God. And that was around the time I had pretty much just put my guitar down and wasn't playing and wasn't really listening to music. Was just really trying to figure my way back into music somehow. And yeah, that was very disheartening, that album. So even my favorite band has disappointed me.
I remember the exact moment that I stopped liking Pearl Jam. Stopped loving Pearl Jam. It was like their 6th or 7th album. I had it. I think I threw it away even. But they had like all these satanic symbols all over it, the lightning bolt and this and that. And one of the songs they were talking about, obey your master, this and that. And I was like, what the fuck? It wasn't like obey your master, stick it to them, they're the enemy. Blah. No, it was like, do what you're told, obey your master, this and that, blah. I was like, what happened? I listened to it one time. I was like, that was like the 3rd or 4th song. And I really didn't care for any of the first ones either. I was like, well, these maybe grow on me. The first time you hear stuff, it's like, But then after you listen to it, 5-6 times, you start singing along and the rhythms grow on you. Dude, as soon as I heard that song, I was so turned off. I quit right there. I was like, okay, I'm done with Pearl Jam.
He said he'd love them till he dies. They told him you'll forget in time. Rendition of He Stopped Loving Them Today.
Stopped loving her today. Jeremy is making me think of Fortnite. Master of Puppets. Pulling them strings. That's one of the emotes, they call them. You could have your character do something funny while he's standing there, like jumping jacks or something like that. And Josh and Walt both have one where they hit the button and they start playing Masters of Puppets on one of the instruments, and then other people hit a button and you start like a little 4-man band right there in the game playing Master of Puppets together. It's pretty funny.
Light show and everything.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Light shows.
I don't know the name of it, but my son was playing this game where you like different robots and you're battling against other robots. I forget what it's called. It's like these big mechanized armor type shit. and you're just going in there battling, and you have
Mech Warrior or something like that.
Mech Walkers or some shit like that.
I don't know. I'd have to ask.
It's probably
Pretty recent game.
Not very, no. I think it's been around for several years. Well, I'm sure it has, because he doesn't play a whole lot of video games now. So, I don't know, maybe it'll come to me, maybe it won't. But it's like 3 different classes of robots, and you have the teams come and you all charge, and you sort of meet up at these different spots depending on, it sort of travels around the map. But it's just fucking chaos. Because there's like rockets and lasers, and like all the different robots do different stuff. So there's all this shit going on. So just like go and jump in the chaos, and chaos, you die. Then you restart and you go back, okay, chaos, you die. Then you go back and you find it again. And you're like, okay, chaos, and you die. And you go back and you just sort of eventually you level up because you have to die and go back to the chaos so many times. So that's what that game felt like to me that you guys were playing, the Trials. That's what it felt like. It's
called the Finals.
I know. It's just every time I see Zack put it in there, he puts it in as the Trials.
Right. Well, Nemo hopped in and played a couple of rounds with us, and he definitely was like, holy shit, this is hectic, too. And it definitely is. But if you stick with it, as Zack can attest, it's worth it. It's fucking awesome. It's probably my favorite game right now. It's just fun. It's fucking fun.
Me too. Any game that lets you destroy pretty much everything but the ground.
Yeah,
it's just cool. Like, I pick up these gas canisters, like the tall, flammable, and I just throw it at a building, and the side of the building just blows up, and then like floors come falling down, and it's insane.
I like to just shoot the top off it and use it like a rocket.
Right, that's awesome too. I like that. If you shoot the big crates hanging above the arena and the big just pile of them hit the ground and they all take off in different directions like rockets, that's just like the best.
Yeah, I did that training demo set for a little bit. Tried that out just to see what I was doing.
Right, that's always a good thing. That's what we should have let Nemo do, is let him go through training so he'd had it, because he was just, we threw him in like he had no clue, and he was just like, wow, So, yeah, getting a little clue.
We won our second game when we finally had 3 people.
Yeah.
And yesterday we won our first one with just me and you. And Oddball.
Yeah, we did. And some person. Yeah.
The game that I lose at a lot, and have a lot more deaths than kills, which I usually don't like games like that. I'll quit playing them. This is so much fun. It really is.
It's just fun. It really is. And it's so much better when you have the 3 people together talking to each other in a group that's helping each other. Even when we had the random people hopping in that were helping and played so much better. But when you have that person just going off by themselves, it kind of makes it hard to do. So, but yeah, I threw the link for anybody who wants to hop in with us. Right now, Josh is dipped his toe, and so has Nemo. Our buddy Mike, THC, he was playing the last beta, I noticed quite often. And at that point, there was really, we couldn't find a way to really link up together to get in the game at the same time, I guess because it was still in the beta mode. But yeah, hopefully he'll hop back in and get some playtime with us. So far, that's the only people I know for sure that are playing. But it's fun. I'll promote it. They're not giving me any money, but I enjoy it. And it is free. It's just like, just like all the games today. You play the game for free. If you want to look like a character you want to be, then you pay some money for a pass, or there's crap in the shop you can buy, but you don't have to do any of that to play the game and enjoy it thoroughly. That being said, my character currently has Conspiracitty on his shoulder, the cat with a tinfoil hat. So, I'm not saying I spent money on it, but I spent money on it. Damn it.
The game has a flat earth pendant.
Yeah, there's a whole page just like, yeah, awesome flat Earth related shit on the pass. So they'll probably get me. They knew how to market that game perfectly.
It's like that. It looks a lot like that one you can get from Zulu One. If you wanted to head on over and order one of those badass little flat Earth keychains from Zulu One, it looks a lot like one of those. Not for nothing, I got mine on Temu for like 99 cents. Like 6 months ago.
My niece actually made one just like that for me for Christmas. Was that last year or maybe 2 years ago? And she gave me it like on a necklace, but she also handed me a little keychain. I could have put it on too. So yeah, it's still floating around here and all this crap in my desk area. I saw it the other day. Real quick, if you're not familiar with Shadow Band in the chat and the amazing music being created over on that channel, there's currently a link right now in the YouTube chat, and I will be dropping one. Oops, I have messed up here. What did I do? Hang on. Got too many things open. You know how that happens.
So what
anyway,
sorry, I can
you go ahead.
fill a little bit for you. Yeah, I was going to say what I did get caught up in a little bit, other than the finals, was finally I got to play some Ghost Recon Breakpoint, and was thoroughly enjoying that because it's not all a chaos. There's really, you're just kind of walking around in the woods, which is real nice. And it's got some real satisfying shooting and recoil on the guns. I mean, just little things about the game, like when you are wading through water, the way you move, there's just that extra little bit of resistance. So it's more like motion as if you were wading through the water. Little things like that. Just the way it softens the controls and weird things. I was really thoroughly enjoying it. Yeah, it's Ghost Recon sort of meets, I don't know, because I think there is some destruction in there, but it's like the infiltrating the bases, and do you kill them or do you just sneak by them, and how quiet do you want to be? Because you can definitely go in hot, but you got to know what you're doing.
Best tactic, though.
Yeah, generally it is. There's usually enough enemies that if you do go in hot, you're going to have a hard time.
Gonna have a bad time. Yeah, those games were awesome. Are awesome. Tom Clancy ones. I've always enjoyed those.
And I don't know what the new ones are. Or you never saw, what was that, Sam Fisher? I really dug that whole game series. One of the few games that I've played to the end.
Shit. Fuck yeah.
All of them.
Double Agent and yeah.
Yep.
Awesome games.
I think that's probably the only game I've played all the way through every game in the series. Yeah, that was a lot of fun. But again, I like the stealthiness and the slow pace where it's not just run and gun and see what happens after you empty all of your ammo, and are you still alive or did you have to start over and run and find the chaos again? Or just start back over at the beginning of the level and have to grind your way back to where you were, which that shit always sucks. And that's a little bit like Breakpoint is, from what I found, because I'm not very good.
Did you ever play Red Dead 2?
Nope.
No, remember he couldn't get it to download or something.
Something like that, yeah.
We were commenting on the fact that you were having trouble getting into the finals, and
if you
want you playing with me and Zack.
I mean, it's not worth it if you're not going to play it to just. And I don't think there's like a free version anymore. I don't think there ever was. That's the only game I spent.
No, I spent money on it when you kept telling me to play it with you. I finally bought it, or maybe did I catch it for free way back in the Epic Games, and it was just on my stuff? Maybe I don't remember. I may have paid for it. I don't remember. Anyway, but it was worth it if I did. I enjoyed the hell out of it, and you would too, Josh. Just chill and hunting
through the wood.
Yeah. I'd go back and play it with you. They just dropped some new stuff, allegedly, even though they had pretty much abandoned the game. Boy, we got down a rabbit hole here, guys. Sorry. That's a weird Monday.
But yeah, that game looks so real. Like,
oh, yeah.
Especially with your new graphics card and computer.
And this would be the time to do it because they put Christmas lights in the towns and shit. It's pretty crazy looking.
But yeah, a lot of people, when they first get into that game, the first hour, they just walk around going, wow.
Wow. Wow.
Wow. Like, I wouldn't even play the game or kill stuff. I just jump on a horse and go mosey.
Yeah. Go sit on a cliff. Go, yeah.
Or, out in the desert or in the stars and everything.
Hop off your horse and smoke a bowl. Fucking A.
It's a good way to get out when you can't get out. So, U.S. Customs to suspend railway operations at international crossings into Texas starting today.
Wait, what happened?
They're suspending railway operations from Mexico into Texas.
Interesting.
Because there's so many people smuggling people in train cars now that they're actually closing. That's wild. I mean, it takes a lot to stop a train,
Sorry, there's an air conditioner company called TRANE, and that's their tagline.
I know. But yeah, I mean, it does. Not just, slowing it down and stopping it physically, but monetarily stopping these trains. There has to be something really serious going on to stop these trains from going to their destinations. There's a lot of money and stuff inside of those things, all the products and goods and
my ex-wife. I think she had a hard time stopping a train.
Well, no. But yeah, that's something new. That's crazy. They're saying down in El Paso they're having the worst time. I've been to El Paso. I didn't care for
there.
It's pretty big, and it's just a lot of traffic, but they have a beautiful state park right outside of El Paso, the Hueco Tanks State Park. It's a geological feature, certain mountain range, and they were the first mountain range ever discovered, and they still argue about how they were formed today. It looks like granite popcorn. They look like popcorn kernels almost. The mountains, they're not like jagged and rough, or like they were jagged and rough and then they smoothed down at one time. These things look like popcorn kernels. It's wild. And there's some plant there, and there's only 3 features like that on Earth that they found so far, but this was the first one. And there's a plant that grows there that they have not found anywhere else on Earth so far. It's the only place on Earth that they know that plant grows. Forget the name off the top of my head. Interesting little part of the country down there.
Me and a buddy took his pet squirrel there with us one time. Well, that's like a start of a bad joke, ain't it?
I think only if it was Richard Gere was your friend. That'd be the start of a bad joke.
Right. Well, I had a job come up, and the guy I normally would go on these jobs with had already left out to go the other direction. He was working somewhere, I think, in Georgia or Florida or somewhere. And so I'm like, well, who do I know that has oxytools and can drop up a hat and go? And call my buddy, and but yeah, but nobody will keep my squirrel if I leave, because he was constantly like taking care of squirrels that would have problems in the woods, and mama would get shot or whatever, and he'd take the baby and raise it. He had a big outside like wired cage thing. You could walk into it. Literally, it was that big. And a tree set up in the corner for the squirrel. It was great. And then Yeah, he was like, well, we can take it with us. It'll be cool. I'm like, dude, are you out of your fucking mind? We're not going to take a squirrel 800 miles across the states and desert and all that. Are you nuts? Well, we did. We definitely did. It was fun. It was great. We would take him in restaurants, and waitresses would just like freak out. No, you know, that whole thing. So it was cool with the chicks. But then we got there, and he became part of the social establishment of like people on the site that would want to come, you know, smoke a bowl, come to our room, hang out. We'd all sit around. There was a squirrel cutting up, playing, and all that. But vice versa, when we would leave to go hang out at someone else's or go to the mall or whatever, we couldn't take the fucking squirrel all the time. And so we would leave the squirrel there. We'd come back, and the squirrel would have torn up something, usually food-related something. This one time, we left his ass, and dude, I had my guitar case with me, and I had stuffed something hidden away down in the backside of the cushion. It was gripped just enough to get your hand under it, and there's no way that squirrel could have got to it. We came in about 4 hours later, and that fucker was sitting in the middle of the bed with this big old pile of what the hell is that? And as he jumped from the bed to the curtain, he had a baggie in his mouth. And that's when it hit us. It was the bud we had saved there. And it was all in a pile in the middle of the tray, the middle of the bed sheet with cookie crumbled up in it. Wasn't eaten. Hadn't been eaten. It had been messed up. It had been fucked up. He fucked our shit up because he knew that was important to us, and we hid it away. He went and found it, crumbled cookies up in it, and then showed us that baggie on the way up the fucking curtain. Like, motherfuckers, leave me again. Yeah, it was pretty insane.
Wild. So 275 passengers were stranded at a remote military base after plane makes emergency landing. Apparently, a commercial flight to Detroit from Amsterdam had a mechanical issue with the de-icer of the engine. And I guess it was like a lot of these people weren't dressed for freezing temperatures, and they're like in northern Canada in December. That would suck. Now, some of them sound like they were being a little, it lasted, the delay lasted a total of 24 hours. And one of the persons said, I don't know what day it is anymore. Like, well, it's one day after yesterday. Come on. It hasn't been that long. It hasn't been 3 weeks. And then they had to suspend operations there, blah, blah, blah. Passengers were home by Monday. Okay. And their bags were lost in transition. Yeah, no joke. Military personnel probably weren't really all that worried about it. They just wanted to get you off their base. So they left Friday night, got in Monday morning. We're supposed to get in Sunday morning. Cami's brother had like 4 days of layovers at different airports and stuff like that. That's when those people were all going on strike, though. Oh, what's about time for your song, Josh?
Indeed it is.
Oh, indeed it is.
You got for us. You're make it hard on them, aren't you?
And good morning, gentlemen. I actually have something very interesting to share with you after the song.
Excellent.
Good morning, Andrew.
Definitely want to
Top of the morning to you.
Catch up with you about Fridays.
Good to hear you, friend. Absolutely. I was just actually dropping the RICO fundraiser links in the chat, even
Right
as
on.
you popped in my ear, good sir.
Well, cool.
So really, this is just a matter of finding the right one. Like, well, there's one that's 22 minutes long. but I don't think I want
Good
that
Lord.
one.
That might not be the one to play.
Like, ooh, there's a
Yeah, you
Janus
can always
version.
go retro. Go back to like Jefferson Airplane or the Beatles or something.
I believe we have a guess in chat from Nemo guessing that the theme today is live cover.
See, and once I hit
that your
play,
guess?
that's going to think, oh, well, obviously that's what it is, because I cannot find this song in a studio version.
Right.
But that's
It
also,
is not the theme. That's a good guess, though, Nemo.
It's a good guess, and thanks for
very
getting it
good.
out of the way.
But yeah, it is not live covers. That is not today's theme. But a good guess nonetheless, good sir.
And I didn't want to tell everybody what the theme wasn't. And I could have said, I'm going to play the song, but the theme is not live covers or live songs, because that'd be pretty obvious. 3 songs, they're all live. What do they have in common? They're all fucking live. No, that is not the case. So thanks for throwing that out
And
there.
Janis, did she? Wasn't that a Janis original?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure about that.
Christopherson?
Probably. Didn't he write like
I think that was
80%?
Chris. He wrote like 80. Yeah, that's what I was going to say exactly. 80% of her fucking music. Yep.
So it was a live cover. Okay. Good guess, Nemo, but no. Wah, 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 wah.
And Janice covered this song too, because I'm pretty sure this one is, I don't know, I'm going to say that, and that's probably not even right now that I'm thinking about it. But this is a pretty good little band also. So stick around. This is the IRONWORX. We'll be right back after this relatively quick little song. It is not 22 minutes, but we do have a little bit of time, about as long as the other songs. Take that for what it's worth. Stick around. We'll be right back.
Without a warning, he stole my heart. Taking it back, tore it apart. Left me standing in the corner crying. Told me your love was slowly dying. So I'm begging you, babe, baby, please. Begging you, babe, I'm on my knees. Turn on your light, shine on me. Turn on your love light, let it shine on me. Let it shine, let it shine.
Yeah, they even trimmed that one down to a 17-minute song, so didn't even want to do that one. That was like a 7-minute version. And that was still like 4 minutes too long. Don't know why they had to drag that one out either. Jesus Christ.
Oh, I was going to do a completely different band. I don't want to give it out because that might give stuff away. You threw a little turn in there. You're a dick, Josh.
Well, yeah, because if I'd done the other band, the one I think that we're both thinking about, it would have made it a little too easy, I think.
Yeah, I know.
Which threw me off again because I wanted to make it a little more difficult, which is why I chose this third song. But the fact that the first two were also live really bit me in the ass. But thankfully, Nemo guessed it and it was wrong, so no. They're not covers, although that one was. And it's not that they're all live. So like I said, you have to wait till the fourth song to really get the vibe of where all four are coming from to have all the clues gathered. Technically, you've got all the clues gathered now. Number 4 just solidifies.
Jimi Hendrix was in there. And Janis Joplin. And then who was the...
That was the Grateful Dead.
Yeah.
They had Pigpen. Pigpen was the one that would cover all their bluesy stuff, so they usually had him as the front man, and that was one of his, like, telltale songs, one of his most common songs. Once they got off their original stuff, they started doing more covers, and that was one of the most, more common covers that they did.
I gotta say, absolutely no way I could guess whatever this theme is. Like, these songs are so, like, unknown to me. I have to listen to each one like 5 or 10 times. There's no way I'll win.
Should we
I believe we have another guess in chat. I believe Logan Cook's guess is Woodstock. Is that the theme?
That's a good
guess.
It is a really good guess.
Really good, but not the theme today, Logan. Good guess, though. And if I missed someone's guess earlier, please put it back in the chat. Like put a 2 in front of it or something so I know that's your guess that I missed earlier. I've been trying to keep up with it, but we're doing a lot of silly shit today, so it's a little hard to keep up with it all. But doesn't it make Monday feel like Friday when we do silly shit? I think it does. I like it.
Fine.
Music to make LSD to is Piney's guess. I'm guessing there. No, good guess, Piney. Really good guess, but no.
I believe I've done that.
I said make. I meant take. I said or make. I guess if you're the right dude. I don't know.
I know a dude.
Music that Piney has personally taken LSD to. Well, I think we have a winner. Love it, man. That's great. Booyaka. Look at that. Laura wins herself a sticker, ladies and gentlemen.
That's it.
The 27 Club. Very well done, Laura.
Walking Axel hit it on the nail. Or on the head or somewhere. Go ahead, Laura.
I was going to do Robert
Wait a
Johnson.
second. Is there a competition going on tonight for like freebies or rewards or something, or what's going on?
We were just having a theme to our musical interludes today, and that was the theme, the 27 Club.
Gotcha.
Walking Axel nailed it. So Josh is going to get out the cricket, and there might even be a pick in it for you, Laura. You never know. If you send me your address. For my dossier, I mean, for your randoms. Oh, shit.
So I think maybe it's a timeout thing. The color red over there on the freeworld.fm, on the chat, on the minute chat. I think if you are idle, I think it maybe goes red.
Oh, I see now. Fortunate user is red. You are correct.
Near as I can tell.
Yeah, you could be right. Let me see. Wow, that's kind of crazy that they've got that in there like that.
So earlier, I was speaking with Witsit for a very long time, and I was confirming if he's still actually planning on doing the expedition down to Antarctica. And he said he's totally on board with it, but it's going to cost quite a bit of money. So I think over the next couple of years, I think we can crowdfund enough money to actually have someone that is trustworthy, like Austin, that wants to go down there, out there, and actually, bring all of, maybe even a couple of people, if the price can afford it. But I will throw in a couple $1,000. The tickets vary in price quite a bit.
On one of the cruises, right? You guys aren't going to actually try to go explore, because that's just, in my opinion, a waste of money. Like, you raise $250,000 to do the environmental assessment testing and all that shit, and then they deny you and keep your $250,000. So applying for something like that, I don't think would be a worthwhile endeavor. We could put those funds somewhere else. But if it's like to go on one of the cruises and see how much daylight there is or something cool like that, that'd be fine. But trying to explore yourself, I mean...
Oh, yeah, I got you, Zach, on that one completely. Because I was looking up a whole bunch of stuff as far as where they go to. Like the Falkland Islands or something like that. Which is basically South America. It's not even... it's not Antarctic. And then there's other areas... don't forget, there's an actual place in Antarctica called Deception Island.
Yep.
How much more blatant can it get? Anyways, the prices differ quite a bit based on where you're going to and where you're coming from. But overall, you shouldn't expect to spend less than $25,000 per person. Unless you get like one of the, it could be a little less than that. But if you want to bunk up with other people in your same cabin, then it gets, it's per bed, by the way. That's what they charge you for, per bed. Anyways, I was also then, thinking about this. If you wanted to see something like that, you could also go on to, where did I go? Book a flight from San Jose, California that would leave on January 22nd and come back on January 26th. And you can go to Barrow, Alaska, or Barrow, however you say it, which is the northernmost point in the U.S. And a first class seat, less than $1,000.
Wow. But yeah, I doubt there's too many people wanting to go there. But the flight time is also the travel time is over a day. That's where I think we should put our focus, though, to the north. Well, Ryan Zem, he was trying to get up there. He was going to, like, cross-country ski.
Yeah.
I think there's stuff up north that we'd have a better chance of at least... I don't know, actually. They say the north is pretty much closed off, too, with the dew line, and Russia supposedly is doing a lot of stuff up there, allegedly, right? But yeah, I would rather go north to see what's up there. Because, I mean, going out, it's just there's so many different... It's big area, and you know, go into the right place. Like, they're not going to let you go to the right place. And there could be an opening that goes to other seas or something like that already, and they just don't take any tours there. You know, I don't know, but north, I think, is where we could collect a lot better data, in my opinion.
Yes, I believe that would be much better in regards to doing actual, like, compass tests and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
But the really fucking weird thing that I found out about today, like 3 hours ago, I was just doing my own research on this, and I started looking up all these different cruises, to Antarctica, and some of the cruises actually are showing graveyards in the actual pictures. There's a lot of people that are buried in Antarctica, which I would have never expected.
Well, I know before they made it off limits, there was a lot of whaling stations out there. There were some that were there for like exploring. What's that guy's name?
Buddy, yeah.
Edmondson or something like that. Or no, Shackleton's. Wasn't Shackleton someone that went to Antarctica? I forget his name.
I have no idea.
But I know there was a bunch of whaling settlements out there. Or instead of, traveling all the way back to land, they just built a little settlement out there because all the whales were hanging out there in that area. But
it just seems kind of weird to me that you would bury them in the ice. But to preserve the body, or just put them in the ocean and let the penguins eat them? It's just a little...
Well, yeah, it depends on what your religion, whatnot tells you. Some people burn the bodies. Some people send them out to sea. Some people bury them.
That's true. Okay.
It's probably hard doing that, digging into the ice and all that kind of stuff. So they must have been very, oriented in that way.
Well, either way, there are graves in Alaska, a lot of them, ironically, and that costs a whole bunch of money to go down there. Versus if you can go to somewhere very close to the opposite, like on the what are they called, the meridian something, the opposite of the equator. You can get really, really close to the north. Barrow, Alaska, however you pronounce it, is the northernmost city in the U.S. And it's also the northernmost city even in Alaska.
Isn't that the one that has like 20 families or something like that? And once they die, if that family lineage dies off, they're not allowed to sell their land. It becomes government property again.
Oh, that'd be kind of fucked up, but that actually has happened. But yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that and it's not like they rent that land and pay taxes. They're homesteaders, They own that land up there. It's on a allodial deed.
They hold the original claim, you're saying?
Yes, the original claim to that land is in those families. And people still get them today. It's mostly for lumber companies and things like that, but you get a little placard, a little brass or bronze placard at the cornerstone of your land, and it says, this property is hereby henceforth, blah, 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 owned and blah, blah, by this family, from here until ever, pretty much, until that family is no longer existing.
So squatters' rights don't really apply then, if that's even real.
No, because you can't go to BLM land, out west, and say, okay, this is my land now. I squatted here for 7 years without being removed. This is my land. They won't let you do that on public land. Now, on private land, squatters' rights, and it might be a state thing, but I know, if you move your fence line over, and you get somebody's property, and they don't dispute it for a certain amount of time, usually it's then your property. You've been caring for it, this and that. They obviously didn't care enough to say anything about it for that long of a period of time. So now that is your property.
Yeah, isn't that so weird? Because you're not the first person that I've heard that from. Why some of the shapes of the states are so weird. It's not because of geographical areas. It's on mountain ranges or rivers or whatever. It's because people were actually literally moving the goalposts. Oh, that's my land now. And then they move it another 100 yards away. Another 100 yards away.
Sounds about right.
Add on,
But if you look at all the West Coast cities, most of them, mostly, are very square and rectangular. But the East Coast cities, not so. Kind of weird how that works. Like how did there's videos you can watch like how the states got their shapes. I think is like the actual title of it, and they explain that. It's like, yeah, people were like farmers and stuff are like, no, I need more land. They just like move the goalposts and they move the fencing. No, that's my land.
And if nobody disputes it for so long, yeah. Now, I've heard that. I can't say that I've went through the actual law books and read that, but I heard it from multiple sources about squatters' rights and this and that. Now in the state of Illinois, apparently, you don't have to be there very long. You can just go jump in someone's shed and say, "This is mine," and they have.
I think I saw that.
Yeah, they have.
They tried to evict him.
The police cannot do anything. They've told them this. Yeah, we can't help you. This is no longer our job, apparently, according to the new laws of this state. When people are trespassing on your property, they're not really trespassing anymore. They have a right to be there. Like, who the fuck are these people? And 90-something% of that state is Republican. The only reason that they're Democrat run is because of Chicago and all the people up there. You look at the map for, Republican, Democrat, yada, yada, yada. Most of Illinois is red.
Oh, Daz knows. I know we're just very close to southern Illinois. And southern Illinois is the rural farmland that there's just, so much of it. And not very many of those are those leftist Democratic liberals that control fucking Chicago. So the whole state's blue because that's just what Chicago wants, and everybody else gets overlooked and doesn't care what they want.
Yeah, I remember that, though. That started, or is it starting in, no, that started in 2023. That was a year ago when they passed that law. Yeah, they're saying, starting in January, we can't help you. I mean, second-degree murder, child kidnapping, all these different things are now they're not misdemeanors, they're still felonies, but it's a zero bond felony. So you get a slap on the wrist and get let out that same day for kidnapping a child. Second-degree murder was on the list. It's like, what are you people doing there? Yeah, Chicago's a nut house. We need to just build a wall around Chicago. This is one of the new asylums.
We're almost done here, and before we get out of here, thank you, Travis, so much. It was very fun hanging out with you this morning, and thank you, Andrew, immensely and endlessly for Friday, for all the things you guys have done with the trivia, the charity, you, Austin, putting it together, making it happen. Rico reached out to me Saturday, just blown away by the response. If somehow you missed Friday over on the Melodome and the great fun trivia there with Lowry and Crumb, go check it out. And I dropped the link earlier. I've lost it now. I'll have to drop it again. But definitely, thank you so much, Andrew.
This Friday, we will have No Longer on the Ball back on because we were all watching the Trivia Friday. We didn't want to try to start a show while that was going on, so we just turned on their show. And we just double booked, kind of. Totally forgot about the trivia was on that day. None of us here really do dates very well. Like when you tell us, it's going to be on the 15th, it's like, okay.
Cool.
Hey, no problem. I am very schedule oriented, so I am just a part of that. And it was super fun. Chris Crumb versus Lowry, and I laughed really hard the entire time. So.
Yeah, it was a blast watching too. Thank y'all.
Those two together is a show in itself, really. And then adding you and Austin on was just, it was awesome. But those two are hilarious. If you didn't get to catch it, it's worth going back and watching. I mean, seriously.
It really is.
I can watch things, but this one, man, this was a really good one.
Do we have a grand total, by the way?
Almost 4,000.
Oh, that's fucking awesome. That is kick-ass.
And the reason I say that is because there were some people that donated via Cash App.
Gotcha.
So that wasn't going towards the total number of the GoFundMe.
Right on. Well, that's it, folks. That's going to do it. I didn't even plan for an entire song, so we're just going to have to catch the intro. If you don't recognize this intro, well, then shame on you. Figure it out. But we love you guys. Thanks for hanging out with us this morning. It is always a good time, always a great way to start my day, start my week. I love it. We'll be back again on Wednesday. Till then, be good, be well. We love you. Bye-bye.
This is the end, beautiful friend. This is the end.